So I just watched Sonic 3 and wanted to do my first movie review on it. Just wanted to give my 2 cents, I guess. That doesn't sound right. My input about these movies. So I would say, in terms of good and bad, this movie, good. Definitely good. Just like the other two movies, I do enjoy the other two Sonic movies. That I like them. They're good for what they are. They're good kids movies. This third movie, I would say, is a little bit above just being a good kids movie. If I had to rank it, I would say it's the third one at the top, two middle, then one at the bottom. This series has only gotten better with each entry. I don't know if they're learning from their mistakes or if they're just having fun. It does seem like everyone is enjoying themselves in these movies. They're not just trying to cash in quick quick jokes, quick like how can AI a robot write this as quick as possible so we can just get it out. It seems like they're trying to make something here, make a movie. And so when you get movies like that, when someone's like at least trying, at least putting in the effort, and they're at least doing a serviceable job, you can overlook some of the flaws and just see like, oh, this it's just an enjoyable story. That's what this is, I think, an enjoyable story. Yeah, Shadow is a really, really cool, interesting character in this movie. Um, I mean, no doubt in the games and the lore, he is a really awesome, interesting character. Keanu Reeves in this movie, I think, is fantastic. His voice work as Shadow, I think, was really, really good. He I don't know if it's called vocal fry or whatever, just that usual Keanu impression, that going hard impression of Keanu, that doesn't seem to be in this voice at all. It seems like it's kind of subdued. All the voice work with all the characters is top notch. They all do a good job. Keanu Reeves, Idris Elba, Ben Schwartz, and I just had to look up the name. I cannot do this. Colleen O'Shaughnessy. O'Shaughnessy. I have that so wrong, but yeah, like all of them do such a great job. I would say this movie kind of bookends on the action. I believe there's a lot of action on the first act and the third act, and then in the second act, the action dips. Where I think also maybe the interest in the story dips a little bit because it's a kids movie. So story wise, jokes, when you're relying mostly on that, me as an adult, it'll just kind of, I don't want to say tune out, but it is what it is, and that's perfectly fine. But once they ramp the action back up in that third act, when the action's ramping up, it's pretty cool. You got my full attention. I'm getting my money's worth watching it. I had some pretty interesting moments where I was just in awe, laughing at what the heck I was seeing on the screen, taking in just colors and noises and some of the stupidest stuff. But holy crap, did they go for it? Again, you can't say they didn't go for it because they went for it. I do recommend this movie going into theaters to watch it. I think there is some areas of the movie that should be appreciated on the big screen. In terms of spoilers, I think I'll do maybe some non-descriptive spoilers, as in I won't be telling you who's doing what, but just the situations that happen throughout the movie that some people might say that, well, I didn't want to know that going in. So it's more of a non-descriptive spoiler. There is a straight up what I thought a DBZ moment, some Dragon Ball Super Saiyan stuff going on. To me, it looked like it was pulled straight from the cartoon to live action or semi-live action. I also gotta say that I think was possibly the highlight of the movie. Not even possibly, no way that's possibly. It is most definitely the highlight of that movie. I think my mouth was actually open watching it. I might go back to watch this movie again specifically just for that. I say the other highlight in the movie is the most bizarre dance sequence. Wow, what do you say about that dance sequence? Just, I don't. So it was mostly kids in my theater that I was at. I don't know if they thought it was funny or maybe it was cringe to them. I was laughing my ass off at how strange it was. There are, at least for the time being, it seems there are some character deaths. There's at least one character death, and then some other that, for the most part, it seems like of course they are, but you don't see a body or anything like that. You don't really see the end result from the action, so kind of non-descriptive where any movie can lazily just say like, oh, they didn't. So that's another big one right there. There is an end credit. Um, there is a new character that shows up, and that's all I'll say about that. The other two movies I enjoyed for what they were. This movie, I believe, went above and beyond to say I enjoyed it, but also I am more interested in the lore now of these characters. I know there is so much more to the lore. There's so many more characters, and I know almost none of it. The world of like all this it's a lot more fascinating now, and I would actually like to start diving into maybe playing some of the games or reading some of the comics. That's what this movie I believe did. It definitely made me interested more into the world of Sonic. I would say now I'm a fan of the Sonic movies, especially because they're just consistently good. And it's like, okay, you've done 3 consistent storytellings. I would like to see more of this. To think where the first Sonic movie was, like, that Sonic model was that was rough. It was so hated, and to think that this was just already written off as it's just another video game. Like, let's not even bother. Just dump it directly to streaming and get this over with. It went from that to now. I think this is actually this is the highest rated one. It's just only gotten better. That's pretty cool. These movie reviews are so much more difficult than I was expecting. I tried doing a full recap of the movie, which ended up me just rambling for I believe about like an hour and a half, just trying to piece together the movie, realizing I was explaining basically frame by frame of what the movie was. That was awful. That's enough of me just rambling on. See you later.